everybody. Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a good one. I am like racing around today. I'm so far behind. Going downstairs, trying to wash all my glassware, and I ended up breaking my new Four Roses Mini Glen. So bummed about that. It slipped right out of my hand and hit the floor. And we have ceramic tile floors in the kitchen. And I told my husband, I guess we're gonna have to go to Four Roses this weekend. He's like, he thought I was funny. He said, yeah, not quite this weekend. Hopefully, we will be down there for Bardstown Blitz. I need to reach out to Jason and get some more details so I can go ahead and get everything booked for that. Let me know what you guys have in your glass this Sunday. Hit that like, that share, the notification bell. I'm starting out. I just started pulling stuff that I haven't drank in a while and what I was just in the mood for, what I was feeling. And I ended up kind of going in a whole like oats and rye direction. So I'm starting with Drumshambo. This is their regular single pot still that has 3% of the bar oats in the mash bill. So that is what I'm starting with so far. Let's see who we have all in chat today. We got Bourbon Neophyte. Just got cheers, all you magnificent Irish whiskey people. Just got back in town, so no live stream tonight. I'll be lurking as I unpack the car and sort things out at home. Cheers to you, Anthony. Yes, I did look for your thumbnail tonight. We do Kilco's going live at 7, and the Buffalo Bourbon Enthusiasts have a new video premiering tonight. Aw, thank you, and don't forget to smash that like button. Hey, Kilco Whiskey Musings, there's the man of the hour. Kilco will be going live tonight at 7. Hey, cheers, Peter White. Cheers, everybody having a pour to celebrate Canada moving on to the round of 16, unfortunately against the Netherlands while it lasted. Yeah. Honestly, I don't watch a lot of soccer in general, even though, which is really kind of sad because we do have a Major League Soccer team here in Columbus and a rather good one. But I've kind of started, having all these Europeans here in town and just people from around the globe in for World Cup. We've kind of been getting into it. I know Columbus is actually the home base for the Ecuadorian soccer team. I know that the Columbus Crew gave up like their practice facility to the Ecuadorian team so that they could get ready for the World Cup. So it's been really cool. It's been cool to watch all the videos. I'm sure you've got everybody's gone down the rabbit hole of the FIFA 15, watching all these people come in and then try all our fast food. It's been fun. So I will be cheering. I will be cheering on Canada, cheering on the U.S. Kathy Huey, we are on the road headed home, hoping to log in when we get there. If not, everybody have a wonderful evening. Well, you drive safe. We got Liz B. Cheers to you, Liz. That's good. I've not had Drumshambo. I haven't pulled this bottle in quite a while. It's really good. It's really good. Hey, Roger Reese. Cheers, everyone. Cheers to you. Iced tea so far as I unpack. Yeah, do the heavy lifting before the heavy lifting. Hey, cheers, Donner Pass Whiskey. How are you doing? Guys, let me know if the sound is okay. I think I've got it hooked up through the mic. I'm still getting used to it. Still trying to get everything situated. We got Glen Scotia 12. Same with Ken's flight from this morning. Hey, Joe the Sample Guy. Cheers all. Finally made a Sunday live. Joe, it is good to see you. Thank you for joining us. We're starting off with a little bit of Drumshambo single pot still Irish whiskey. Starting a little light and proof, not color. Because I actually have one lighter poured. Independent Joe, thank you, Ben. Independent Joe is going live tonight at 8:45 EST. I hate that. I look in my notifications to try to catch, because I like to let you guys know who else is going live today. And Joe's didn't pop up. Freaking YouTube, man. So Joe is also going to be going live at 8:45 tonight. Ben, I think you're a mod. If you want to drop the link to Joe's channel in here. I think I got everybody in chat. Okay. Yeah, just I didn't really have a whole game plan tonight. So I thought, let me go and pour some stuff that I haven't really poured before. I haven't poured in a while. and we can just talk and gossip about some Irish news and movies, whatever you guys wanna talk about. If you have questions, feel free to throw them in chat. I'll try to get your questions answered. The big probably news, this week I had posted to my Patreon, and that is Bacardi is now I believe they're the majority shareholder of Teeling now. Spell this right. Yeah. Yes, they took yeah, I'm trying to check and make sure I'm not telling you guys wrong. So they've always owned part of Teeling, and they have now taken over Teeling. Um, so they own full ownership of Teeling Distillery now. I I don't I don't know what their it's way too early to know what the plan is. My concern about Teeling's got a lot of releases. Teeling has a lot of single cask, single barrel releases. They do bottles for Ohio, they do bottles for Benny's store, the Chicago chain of stores. I think they do one for, like, Total Wine. So, my concern is they'll cut back on things like that, which I hope they don't because honestly, that's some good stuff from Teeling. A lot of it's better than their core products. So, I hope that they keep that focus on, delivering those special items and not just cut back, but I guess we'll see, in the coming months what's going on with Teeling. So, that's been one of the big stories, out of Ireland. The other this week is the heat. Uh, so Ireland and actually I think a lot of the EU has been having, really unseasonably warm weather, and I wish James Morecambe was in here because I think London's been getting hit with some of it as well. And I know, I looked it up and they said, I think it was Athenry over County Galway got up to basically, I think it was 31.7 Celsius. Let me know if I'm wrong on my conversion. That's about 89 degrees here. And, we're used to dealing with the heat here in the US, but we're used to dealing with the heat with air conditioning. And a lot of places don't have air conditioning over there. And so I've actually got some friends that are in Ireland this week and they've been traveling around on a tour. And I asked them how it was, and they said one of the hotels was kind of miserable because there was no AC and it was really warm. So it's been interesting to see all the news over there. Ah, speak of the devil, there he is himself. Yeah, here it got hot. James, I was wondering how hot it got where you were because I heard London, it was pretty bad too. Oh, hit 100 near Paris. Yeah, see, guys, I don't care. I know we Americans are pretty bad about, because we're used to dealing with the heat. I get it. But again, we're used to dealing with the heat with easy access to air conditioning everywhere. So it's brutal. That is brutal. Even 80 with no AC. Imagine 80 at night trying to sleep with no AC. That's miserable. That is miserable. Well, James, I hope you guys are keeping cool. I think I saw that you guys are getting a little bit of a reprieve from the weather. Yeah, you topped off at 37, which I think it was 37 point. Oh, you got higher in Ireland. That's warm. That's hot. That's very hot. Europe not believing in AC is another reason for me not to visit. Just go in the fall. Just go in the fall. Ah, yeah. There's Amy. We are always oh, you're in Ireland right. Oh, you're always in Ireland right now. We're so sad not to be there, but I'm happy to be sleeping with the AC. Yeah. Um, our friends they've traveled around the whole country. They went up to Belfast and then they went over to Galway and Connemara and did and they were Waterford. So I think the funny thing is I think they've been one step ahead of the weather every step of the way up until the end of it, and then they finally ended up getting caught up with the heat. And because I know they were in Waterford right as the storm was hitting Galway. So if you go on the internet and you look up Galway tornado, they actually did have a tornado in Galway. I believe it's not Saturday night, Friday night. And it's not unheard of. Ireland does get, it's rare, but they do get tornadoes. But it did a little bit of damage. But hey, Slapshot, cheers to you. How are you doing? I think I missed Zenbood. Cheers, Zenbood. How are you doing? And yes, we'll be done in plenty of time for Joe's stream tonight. So make sure you check out Joe's stream. He is gonna be going live at what time, Ben? I thought you said 8:45. I think it was what you said. I think you said 8:45. Alright. Yeah, it was interesting seeing the tornado. I follow, Gary Noon on a lot of platforms, very funny, Irishman, and he's in County Mayo, and he was talking about the tornado and showing the footage in his, Instagram and TikTok, and, I mean, it was like, "Yep, tornado, that's a tornado." So, to all you in James, you definitely all you guys, I don't know, Declan's around in Ireland, stay cool. Don't let anybody give you crap. That is very warm weather, and we do it. We're gonna be doing it this week, but again, we're gonna be doing it with AC. Alright. It's supposed to get real hot here this week. We're at 86 right now. It is muggy as all freaking get out because it's rained all flipping weekend, and, I'm pretty sure it's my fault because I literally just told somebody, "It's been such a comfortable June." It's so weird. This been great. It's only been like 75, 80 every day. It's been awesome. And this week, yeah, we're looking at 96 every day for the next several days up until even the 4th, I think. It's supposed to be super duper hot. So that's gonna be miserable. Um, we'll still go outside. I'll still, go on walks and climb up to my fire tower and stuff like that. But as far as like hanging out, on your back patio, eating dinner outside, yeah, that's a no bueno. We don't do that. That's just it gets too miserable hot when it's that hot. All right. My next one, oh, I'm not gonna drink that one yet. I'm gonna go into this one. This is the next ABV. Yeah, fun for the short term. Yeah, it's fun for a day. James, you would love it over here because it gets that hot, but then again, everywhere you walk into, the AC is blasting to the point that you almost need to like carry a shawl or like a coat, sweater. Slapshot. Yeah, Virginia, the forecast this week, Wednesday 100, Thursday 103, Friday 103, Saturday 100. We're not quite getting to 100. I think the last time I looked, it was 95, 96, 96, and 95, which is still hot. And a chance of thunderstorms every freaking day. So that just makes it muggy and hot. Hey, top dog. Cheers to you. How are you doing? I'm gonna do my second pour here, and I have not had this one in a while. And Donald and I were talking about it on I think it was my stream either last week or 2 weeks ago, and that is this Kilbeggan small batch rye. Now the cool thing about this is, this cannot be considered this is just, it can't be considered any category of Irish whiskey because of the mash bill. 100 years ago, this would be considered a single pot still whiskey. But unfortunately, because of the amount of rye, they can't call it that. They are, opening up discussions on single pot on actually all the Irish whiskey designations and regulations. That were basically opening it up so anybody, you, me, anybody can chime in and give their feedback. Hopefully, they're trying to kinda own Ireland wants to put some regulations on Irish whiskey the same way, France has them on champagne, that it has to be from this region to be called this, it has to meet these certain criteria, which kinda like, American whiskey has for Scotch and bourbon, or for bourbon, sorry, for bourbon and whiskey. Scotland has the same thing for Scotch. So, I missed you above CA Scotty, how are you doing? It's good to see you. I knew that's who else I miss. I knew I missed somebody up there. Hey, Tom Black. Cheers to you. It's a rum kind of day. This year has me by the pool. Yeah, this is gonna be a good pool week. I wish I had a pool, but I actually this week I might drain my hot tub and refill the hot tub. I gotta refill the hot tub once a year. And this will be a good week for it because the water will be nice and cold until it heats back up. So I might do that this week. But man, you could tell too, and I'm sure you guys with pools all know, because you could see like my water bill. It's like even last year you could see it, this month, this month, this month, this month, this month. So you could tell exactly when I refilled the hot tub last year. I love this. I don't revisit this Kilbeggan enough. If you guys they don't make this anymore, but if you guys stumble across one of these, it's definitely worth picking up. It's a lower proof at 43%, but it's just a really nice introduction to Irish rye. Even though it doesn't have that much rye in the mash bill, it's also kind of a good example, even though it doesn't explicitly say it, of a historic single pot still Irish whiskey. Like I said, in the, 100 years ago, this would be considered a single pot still Irish whiskey. It's just by today's regulations, it's got more than the 5% of the rye, so it can't be called that. It literally just says Irish whiskey. That's all it can be called. Hey, Mike Meyer. Cheers to you. It's good to see you. Loved it. The rye's on the nose. It's not as strong as an American whiskey. It's a very soft rye. Same with the palate. A lot of pears on this one. And I don't know if that's the casks that Kilbeggan's using, if that's the additional whiskey in the blend. I don't think it's the rye, but I get a lot of pear on this. Kilbeggan is a beautiful distillery to visit. Whole Wholeheartedly agree. And if you go to Kilbeggan, make sure you visit the chocolatier that's right next door because the chocolates are amazing. We got there before Kilbeggan Distillery actually had opened, and so we had time to kill and popped into the little chocolatier that's next door and got some truffles, and they were amazing. They were so good. And Kilbeggan is cute little area and actually only about 10, 15 minutes from Tullamore Dew, or from the town of, well, I don't know if they'd use it. I guess they have their new the new distillery, but I don't know if they're doing tours there. Amy, you might know. Or are they still doing tours at the old original location that's actually in Tullamore? We went to the visitor center that was in the little town of Tullamore. Beautiful area. Um, Highly recommend, get away from the big cities, go to Kilbeggan, go to Tullamore, spend the night in Mullingar. Mullingar is a great place to visit. Absolutely loved it. Really cool little town. Mullingar is a bigger town. A lot of lakes around Mullingar. Canada Day heat index 115. Yikes! Yeah, that's nuts. That is nuts. The old original building has a restaurant in there it's owned by Shane Lowry the golfer. I didn't know that. I don't know if they had the restaurant when we were there, but we were there in, oh geez, 2016. Hey, Joe. Cheers. Cheers to you. Joe, Ben dropped your link in here earlier, but drop it in here yourself. We're going to make sure everybody jumps over to Joe's stream tonight. And Joe, it's 8:45, right? I thought Ben said 8:45. It's so good. It's pears, a little bit of mint, a little bit of, then that little bit of spice at the end, but a lot of vanilla, a lot of pear, really soft rye. This is a great way. I think I could probably even get Adriana to like a rye if I sent her some Irish rye. It's just a totally different animal. Hey, there's Eric Gunderson taking a break from the lawn. The feels like temp is 104. Yeah, that's nuts. That is nuts. No. We are in the process of actually getting our lawnmower up and running, so I can start mowing the lawn again. And after this, I'll probably go treat the lawn because I don't know about some people like myself, we're just delicious to mosquitoes, and I get eaten alive. Like I'll go to water my garden and they'll go through my clothes, and I'll end up just out there 2 minutes and have 10 bug bites. So I got this stuff for Amazon Prime Day that is supposed to kill mosquitoes and chiggers and everything in the yard. So fingers crossed, I'm gonna go hose down the yard. I got 3 bottles, 2 or 3 bottles of it. I can't remember, but We're gonna hose down the yard. 8:45. That's what I thought. And thank you, Eric. So this week, with it being so hot, I won't be spending a lot of time outside and probably gonna be watching some more movies, TV. Now, I am, of course, Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. We watched that last week. I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but holy crap. And I heard tonight's episode is I've heard that the first and second episode are like crazy, and then it kinda slows down a little bit. So I'm excited for tonight's episode. So we watched that. The other big show that I watched is The Bear, and I knew that the 3rd season was coming out in June. I didn't realize it came out, like, right as I was coming home from Kentucky. So I am starting to binge watch because I think the entire 3rd season is out now of The Bear, and love The Bear. My cousins live on the South Side of Chicago, so I'm excited to watch that. Let me know what you guys what shows are you watching? What shows you think I'd be interested in? Because I run out of stuff to watch, and then I start binge watching stuff, and I get bored of it. Because 'Cause I'll start binge watching, like, Kitchen Nightmares or the Great American Food Truck Race, and I think right now I'm on Flea Market Flip, and 'cause I'm like, I don't know what to watch, so I'm just gonna throw this on." So I'm always looking for new stuff to watch. I know that, Ted Lasso is coming back out too. I think that drops in June as well. I think that's at the end of June. I I'm hit or miss on I do like some sci-fi. I watched, Battlestar Galactica. The funny thing, when that was out, I never liked it, never watched it, and my husband had it all on DVD, and I started watching it and ended up binge watching the whole freaking thing. It was nuts. Back to the lawn. You stay cool, Eric. Our Friends and Neighbors on Apple TV. Oh, okay. Friends and Neighbors on Apple TV. There was another show on Apple TV that somebody told me to watch. Is it Severance? That might be it. I'm not 100% sure. We've been watching movies lately, and I was gonna pull one. We watched a couple. So we watched the one Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Loved it. I loved it. I know it's a ripoff of so many other movies, um, but it was just a good movie, and I'm like, "Oh, my friends, yeah, so I take a break from social media and stuff, and the TikToks," and it was really good. It's funny, and it was really good. Good movie to watch. I liked it. Um, but that one was on Hulu for free, so we went and watched that one. Yes, you'll watch House of the Dragon after your live tonight. I'll be watching it as well. Like I said, I what I heard is episode 1 and 2 were, like, gut-wrenching, like, lot going on, and then it kinda slows down into the storyline again, so. Hey, Cool Running, how are you doing? I hope you are keeping cool. I was telling people about the heat wave you guys been having. I've have some friends that are, traveling over in Ireland right now, and they went up to Belfast, then they went over to the West Coast, and I think they are flying in the process of flying home, either today or tomorrow, and they said one hotel that it was kinda miserable, 'cause it got hot, and we're very accustomed to our air conditioning. I can tell you, like I said, my air conditioning, I'll have all the curtains closed, I won't normally, I would let it climb up, and then we'll bring it back down when it gets closer to when my husband, comes home. But when the problem is when it's that hot and you let the temp get up that hot, it takes too long to cool back down, so I'll probably keep it like 72, 73. Too hot. Oh, you could recommend half a dozen anime movies and series. I'm not real big into anime. I have tried. I think Speed Racer was the closest thing I got into as far as anime. House is a good show. I watched House, a few years ago, and this is still after it was on. House is a great show. The Expanse on Prime. I'm gonna have to look into that, James. Let me write that down. The Expanse. All right, I'm putting that on my list. That sounds like something I definitely wanna check out. Thank you. Yeah, I'm always looking for something to watch, and, I like watching movies, but sometimes I just don't have, the full 2 hours to sit and watch the movie, and then my husband makes fun of me, and I'm totally I know it's been like a TikTok meme or something, but I'm totally the person that you sit down to watch a movie and, "Okay, wait, I gotta go get this. I gotta go get the snacks. Okay, I have to go to the bathroom, and now I have to let the dogs out. Now I have to get a drink." So it's you decide to watch a movie, and then it's a good, like, 30, 40 minutes before you actually start the movie. Yeah, that's me. And my husband will completely give me crap about it, and I'm also the person that will fall asleep midway through the movie. So, it has to be really a good movie, for us not to watch. Before that, the the Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die movie, the last one we watched together that I really liked was The Menu, and I still will, watch that one over and over. I freaking love that movie. That's so good. I absolutely love that. Oh, yeah, I got it. Oh, you had heat up to 27. Yeah, that's warm. That is warm. I was telling everybody, cool running, we here, we get a lot of heat, it's gonna be in the 90s, 100, but we have air conditioning literally everywhere. So, that's kinda warm. You watched the first episode of The Expanse, never watched another, was good, I'm just the worst at watching TV or movies. I'm good at watching TV, but movies, yeah. I'll put it on in the background or I'll start watching it and then I'll get started doing something else and, you know, I'll I'll take the thing in the kitchen because I was making focaccia today and it became a whole thing. So, I get distracted. Then I made salsa. I get too distracted. Princess Mononoke is a safe anime starter movie. Okay, I'll put it on the list and check it out. Alright. I'm gonna pour a little alright, we've been drinking wine, let's go back to oats. So, I actually opened this 2 minutes before the stream, and it I could tell you it took a pair of scissors to get it open, so you probably know the distillery it's coming from, and that is Cologne. So, this was the bottle that they did for last year's Pachin Now. This is called Oats Amaze Balls, and this is an Irish Pachin, and I hadn't opened it, and I do drink more Irish Pachin in the summer, and actually, not gonna use this one, but I do wanna do a video, which I need to get off my lazy doing videos because I've got all these ideas and I need to just step away from my desk at work and do them. But one of them I wanna do, my brother, brought me, some moonshine from Tennessee, from Sugarland Distillery. So, I wanna do, comparison between the, commercial American moonshine and the commercial, Irish Pachin. And I have a couple that I could do that would match up. The one I got, the American one is rye, so I know, like, the short cross is made primarily with rye, so I can use that as a comparison. So, hopefully, I'll get that done and get that done soon. But this one, was done for Pachin Now. This is 55% ABV. This was done by Cologne Distillery, a one-off mash bill specifically for Pachin Now, 7 bags of roasted maize, 6 bags of oats, and that's it. They did these little 375 bottles, and the name was really cool. I liked that I liked that it had corn, I liked that it has oats, thought it would be kinda cool. The movie I started to w I s last movie I watched start to finish was Hell and High Water. Now that was a watch. I'll have to check that one out. I liked the Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. It was jumping everywhere, so you had to it took a bit to follow it, but we also watched, just a couple nights ago, and it was alright. It ended a little weird. ended a little weird, but I liked how it got started, and it was They Will Kill You with one of the Arquette sisters. I don't remember which Arquette it was, but that one was pretty good. It just ended a little I'm like, "Eh, really?" But it was a decent movie. Just watch a good film on Prime, Over Your Dead Body, quite funny couple movie. I'm gonna look that one up. Over Your Dead Body. I'm gonna put that one on my list. Dead Body. Okay. I'm gonna put that one on the list because that one, that sounds like something I would like to watch. We also watched the movie, Send Help. That was really funny, especially if you've ever had a boss you didn't like. That was a funny movie. I did like that one. This poutine has a funk to it, and I don't know if it's the oats or if it's the corn, but there's, like, some kinda little funky note to it. AC is life. Gotta have control over personal climates or we all melt. Yeah. Air fan a pinch of cubes. That does work. If you even if you get enough fans just to have the air circulating, honestly is a lifesaver, even if it's super hot. We were in Germany in 2018, and they were going through a heat wave, and we ended up in Nuremberg, and it was, like, 85 degrees, and, hotel, no AC, but we had a yeah, they brought extra fans, so you get enough fans, you can make do. It's not comfortable, but you can make do. This one, I couldn't it's weird. I can't even think of the notes I'm getting off this. It's got some kind of funk to it. You can smell the sweet corn, but I don't know if it's the oats that's giving it a little bit of a funk. It drinks all sweet. A little bit of a nuttiness. It's not really super funky on the palate. It's got some nuttiness though. Almost kinda reminds me, I don't know, kind of walnuts. Like I said it's not really almonds, it's kind of a more of a sharper, deeper note than that. Kinda reminds me of walnuts. That sweet corn note, there is some heat on this too, which I don't know well, it's 55%, but for some reason it is finishing a little hot. The taste is really nice though. It's got that sweetness from the poutine. The mouthfeel is just poutine in general has a really good mouthfeel, and oats kinda help that along. So this is really, really good, and I like the walnut note. I got I got some of the black, some of the, wax. Let me tell you, these, cologne, you gotta get into the crack and, like, chip away at this wax to get it open. It's a little bit nuts. That's nice. I don't know why that's finishing so hot. That's got quite a lot of heat on it. Hopefully, they'll do the Poachine Now festival again. I don't think they did this past year, um, but hopefully I think the venue they outgrew their venue, so hopefully they'll be able to come up with something again. But dig Irish poutine if you're over in Ireland. Definitely, definitely check that out. Check out some poutine. Can you make a long drink with it? You can make all kinds of cocktails with poutine. Um, you can basically substitute it anywhere you would use tequila, anywhere you use, vodka. I'm gonna pour a little more of this, drink later, just to kinda get into this one a little bit. I did pour it, because I got it open with, I think, 20 seconds left to go, and I see why I'm getting all of this wax in here because I didn't quite get it away from the lip of the bottle. But yeah, you can make anything like that. Margarita would be good with margarita. Um, I did impress the tasting specialist in our premium class at Wild Turkey uh, by chiming in and saying that suggesting that white dog would be great in a margarita. And she's like, yes, yeah, I know what that is. I think the majority of the group was this tour group and didn't know as much about bourbon. But hey, Josh Fritz, how are you doing? Let me know what you guys are drinking. So yeah, send help if you get a chance to watch that movie. It's pretty funny. This girl she's a little awkward, but she's a very smart, incredibly hard worker, and has worked her way up through this company. And the company head retires and puts his son in charge. And he doesn't think much of her, even though she's basically giving them everything to run the company. And they end up going on their private jet to some presentation, and the jet goes down. And the only two people that survive are her and her new boss. And she had wanted to try out for Survivor. So little did he know she's already done all this survivalist training and is basically keeping them alive on this island. And hilarity ensues from there. But it's a good one. It's a good movie. They might be running the stills a bit faster with the growth of the brand. I think probably they could have run the stills a little faster on this one because of I don't know how far in advance it was planned for Pacino, and it could have been something that they late decided they wanted to do and to put something together for the festival, and that would explain why they ran it, if they ran it quickly to get it done in time. Because this was just a one-off for the festival. Yeah, that's more. So the heat's coming down a bit the more I drink it. It is still got some heat on it, but it does still have that vanilla and walnuts. And that's all I'm getting at the end, which is nice. It's nice. I could see this. Yeah, I could see this being on a few cocktails. Be good martini in place of vodka and a martini, or in an espresso martini. That would be good in espresso martini. That actually would be good in a Belfast coffee with those nutty notes. That would really pick up on the coffee. Hey, Dave Vogel saying late to the party. Cheers. All right, we'll start over for you. Kidding. I don't remember what I said for the last half hour. Send Help is cool. Yeah, I liked Send Help. I thought that was a good movie. I liked it. I watched it was more of a documentary, and it was on the old AMC Movie Pass that they had. I think this happened like back in the 80s, where they had this Movie Pass thing that they were selling, and you paid like a membership fee. So you paid, I think it was like $10 a month, and they sent you this card, and you could go to the movies like unlimited. And then they finally had to cap it, but you could go to so many free movies every week, whatever you wanted. And it blew up and became a whole big thing. And then they ended up going under because they just lost a bunch of money. But it was interesting to see what happened. Hey Debbie, how are you doing? Cheers to you. Would it work in a Belfast coffee? Uh, I think this would be outstanding in a Belfast coffee because those walnut nutty notes in this and vanilla. Um, I think it would pair really well with a Belfast coffee. I need to make a Belfast coffee now that it's going to be warm this week. I haven't really been drinking coffee though lately. I've been off coffee, which stinks because I love Irish coffee and I love Belfast coffee, so I haven't been able to drink those. So that kind of stinks. But you answered my question just as I posted. Yeah, I got a little behind. I think I have it buffering a little long too. Uh, hey, Donald Rance. Cheers to you. How are you doing? I pulled out one of the bottles that we were talking about just the other day, the Kilbeggan Small Batch Rye. drinking that one, we've been talking heat in Ireland, talking movies, talking TV, talking watch Send Help, watching a I get when I don't wanna put something on I want something a little different, I'll just throw on a documentary, and the one I watched this morning, which I kinda wish Sugar Kitty was in here because I know he would recognize the theme park because it was in New Jersey. It was this place called Action Park that ran in the '80s, and it was this like a water park, and they had, go-karts and, like little mini cars to drive around and things like that. And the place went under, they had like 4 people die. Like the rides were not done well at all. Like they had a water slide that had a loop in it. And so the rides were not like soundly created at all. And they didn't really have any oversight to them. And it was just kind of a free for all. And I think it was like 4 people died and a lot of people ended up injured there and it ended up going under, but um I wonder, Sugar Kitty would definitely know the place I was talking about, but they did a whole, like, documentary on it. Would you like to link to a few movies, archive screen share? Oh, that would be cool. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna check that out after this. That would be cool. I've been trying to get, get off the phone and watch more movies and stuff like that, especially when it's gonna be really hot this week. I've been trying to watch, How to Get to Heaven from Belfast, and I've it's a lot. And I've watched the first, like, 3 or 4 I think I'm 4 episodes in, and I it can't keep my attention enough to bin I'm just gonna honestly, it's one of those I'm just gonna have to binge watch from start to finish because I think it's one if I step away from it, I don't think I'm gonna get back to it. So, heat be damned, I have to have my morning coffee, gives me the gumption to talk to patients every day. It's not heat, I haven't been drinking coffee in general. Um, I've been kind of, like, on a health thing here over the past, year, not quite a year. Um, so which you guys probably I've lost a lot of weight, been walking every single day. I've got a park right beside my house. They have a fire tower there, so I'm climbing like the 7 flights of stairs up and down the fire tower. And even in the heat and the cold, I try to at least 4 or 5 days a week. I didn't get to walk for 2 days. I was cranky. So it's kinda like my nice stress break too, because I just I'll throw in a AirPod, throw in a podcast and just go and step away from my desk and get away from the dogs and the house and go for a walk, and it's kinda nice, and I've been drinking tea more, so I haven't had coffee in a few months, and I miss coffee. I like coffee, and I have a feeling by fall again, I'll be having at least I'll probably having 1 cup of coffee a day. 'Cause I do miss my Irish coffee. That's probably the whole thing. I miss my Irish coffee. Hey, Mark Vasco. Oh, there's whole videos on Action Park, it's wild. Yeah, Action Park was and people did sue, but this is, back before, there was really oversight, so they even said the guy who owned the place would just he would lawyer up and fight him knowing that most people didn't have the money would just accept whatever he threw at him or go away. Oh, and hello. Cheers, Mark. It's good to see you. Hope you guys, you and Christine will be staying cool up in Cleveland this week. It's gonna be a hot one. I sent a bottle of Middleton Der Gaelic Kilranella. I can never pronounce that one. Down to Vic's meetup, and it seemed that bottle went down well. That was so nice of you. I've got to, if I do go to Bardstown Blitz, I've got to pick a bottle to take. And I kind of thinking I already know the one I'm going to take. I think I'm gonna take the Redbreast 10, the cast strength, the, Birdhouse Club edition, but you never know, I might change. I might change. That site is a cheap cloud drop for collections. I'll check that out, thank you, James. Action Park. Yeah, I it was amazing, that place that, that they stayed in business as long as, if Cedar Point's had some pretty nasty injuries. They had one, on their Top Thrill Dragster, and if for those who don't know, if you're big into roller coasters, Cedar Point is in Ohio. It's up on the lake, and it's consistently voted the top roller coasters in the world. And they had a serious injury on one of their roller coasters, I think it was 2, 3 years ago, and the whole thing was dismantled and rebuilt from scratch. And the fact that, like, this park in the '80s in Jersey just kept running, like, they changed nothing. And just some of the rides they had were so absurd. And they had people that used to work, they hired all teenagers to work there, and the teenagers would tell stories about, you know, things that would happen and people and just crazy stuff that would go on, and they'd have people that couldn't swim but would jump into 17-foot water, and it was just nuts. It was completely nuts. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be hot. Got the yard work done so we could do more inside this week. That's a good idea. I should have done that today. I've got half of the hedges trimmed. I need to do the other half of the hedges and do another pass and cut them lower down. I ran into 2 snakes last week, and that derailed a lot of my progress on those. One was fine. One was little garter snake that long. I mean, I flipped it back in. It was no big deal. But the one was a garter snake that was every bit of 3 feet, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm out. That's it for me." Alright, I'm gonna pour this next one, and I really need to do, like, a whole video on this one. So, several years ago, this is a I'm sure you guys have heard some of you have heard me tell the story, where the Friends of Irish Whiskey Facebook group did a bottle share, that was a charity fundraiser for the Capuchin Day Center in Dublin, and it was a 2 stacks cask, and if you signed the cask, then you were guaranteed a bottle when the cask reached maturity. And I donated into it, and so they signed my name on the cask when I was actually over at 2 stacks. I got a picture of where my name was on the cask. It finally, came up for bottling. My bottle got fortunately, this was right after the tariffs went into effect, so my bottle got stopped by customs, sent back to 2 stacks. Had to go back to my friend's house in New York, and so this is a very well-traveled bottle, but I'm very excited. I really enjoy this one. This is called Two Stacks Origins. This is 100% Irish rye whiskey. All right, I don't know if everybody can hear me or not. Let me know if you guys can hear me again. Ah, so yeah, sorry about that. We had a power outage. Uh, I am on my hotspot on my phone, so hopefully that will be enough to keep everything going. So don't know how good it's gonna be, but all right. I don't know if I poured no, I didn't pour this yet. So, all right. This is I'm gonna pour this 2 stacks Origins bottle, so 100% Irish rye, and it was finished in a Wild Turkey American rye cask. So this is 51% unmalted rye, 49% malted rye. I did ask Shane McCarthy. I said, you know, which Wild Turkey rye cask did they tell you what bottle it was? He wasn't 100% sure. He said he's pretty sure it was 101 rye, but he wasn't 100% sure. So if I'm a little concerned if my power is always already going out and it's only like 86 degrees because we've got a hot one this week. Unfortunately, I do live near a data center, but hopefully my power will not go out this week. We've had that happen before. I think I told you guys 2 years ago before we went to Ireland, right after our roof was replaced, our AC went out, the HVAC went out, and, that was kinda miserable. Pretty much lived in the basement till that was replaced. Alright. Wow, will that be US exclusive? No, this one was you had to be a member of the Friends of Irish Whiskey Facebook group, and in fact, you had to donate, to the charity to get this bottle, I think it was, like, 2021, 2022. So we waited for, a few years to get this bottle, and I saw before the power went out, "How are you doing, Paul? Viking Bourbon, it's good to see ya." We are having some 2 stacks, 100% Irish rye. Yeah, so this one was just finally bottled, just early this year. The other cool thing about this is where it is from, that is Bohan Distillery distilled this. That helps my FOMO. You never know, you might be able to I have seen one pop up on Irish whiskey auctions. It smells so nice. So this is a younger one. Um, this is the ABV is 57.4%. This is just shy of 4 years old. So distilled January 2022, bottled November 2025. So it is a younger one. And then yeah, Wild Turkey Rye cask. They had me at rye, honestly. I love rye whiskey. Us this I don't know if it's a youth putting so much spice on it, but this drinks more like a rye whiskey. You have a lot of that rye spice coming through on this one, which some of it again could be the youth. A lot of like it's like you know those little gel candy oranges, like they're shaped like an orange slice and have like the sugar on the back of them. That's what this reminds me of. Reminds me of that. There is some spearmint. I like clove. Yeah, it's like spicy clove on this too. Yeah, usually younger rye is packing the flavor. It has a lot of flavor on it. It does have some spice. Like I said, again, I mean, that could be the youth, but it also because it's rye whiskey in a rye cask, I think, the difference is within, like, the Powers Rye. Powers Rye is also 100% Irish rye whiskey, but that one was matured in a ex-bourbon cask. This one is the only one that I know of that was done in an ex-rye cask. So that, I mean, could compound, add some of that to the spiciness. I really like the heck out of this one. It is so good. So good. I tell you what, if my power goes off this week and I lose my AC, I'm gonna actually go do my own grocery shopping. It is nuts. It makes me very nervous. Hey, J Cells, how are you doing? No, you're actually perfect timing because I lost power for a minute and had to reboot, and hopefully you can hear me okay. I am on a hotspot right now. Our power is back. It's just it takes a good like 10, 15 minutes for our Wi-Fi to turn back on. We got a new um, router and it's powerful enough to keep everything going. It just takes a long time to set back up, and I didn't want to wait. I am drinking. This is a special bottling from Two Stacks. It's called Two Stacks Origins. Be good. It's 100% Irish rye, and it was aged in a wild turkey rye cask. And it's cask strength at 57.4%. So that is what I'm drinking. I really like this one. You know, I've tried to not go to it too much. For one reason, like I said, I love it, and I would, I wish I'd got more than one because this is going to be gone very quickly. Otherwise, but it's just, it's so good. It's a nice bridge between Irish rye and American rye. Yeah, it's a really good one. Yeah, I've been drinking like all. I don't know why I was in a rye oats mood tonight. So that's the other one that I really enjoyed that I cracked tonight, which is oats amaze balls, Irish poutine made with corn and oats. Well, thank you guys who have put up with the power outage. It is time for Kilco stream, so we're gonna cut over to there. I am gonna be live next week for the 4th of July. I'm thinking I'm doing a special giveaway. Might be something Ohio gets a lot of. You never know. Um, so I will see you all next week. Go over to Kilco stream, tell him I sent you. Make sure you check out Independent Joe tonight. He's at 8:45. He is going to be going live. Buffalo Bourbon Enthusiasts, they've got a video dropping tonight. And if you see Trev Wilson, our bourbon wrench, make sure you wish him a happy birthday. His birthday was yesterday. I will see all you guys next week. Have a good rest of your week. You guys keep cool. See you next time.